So today is August 9th. Today is the ninth reason as to why to get over a breakup out of the 31 reasons. And yesterday I touched on this briefly. Yesterday was about better family relationships, and today it's about quality friendships. And right off the bat, I'd like to just start by saying that when you get over a breakup, a heartbreak, or divorce, and you become the best version of yourself, you'll see that the quality of your friendships actually increases the more that your self-worth increases. The happier you become with yourself, the more that you learn about yourself and the more you find yourself, you'll start to understand that the friendships you once had, either some will stay or they'll go. And you have to be okay with that as well. And that could also be kind of a difficult moments because while we're dealing with the heartbreak, divorce, or breakup, one thing happens is yes, we're trying to get over that. But as we're getting over that, as we're finding ourselves, if you decide to want to find yourself, those friendships that you once had, there some of them will start to go away. That's just the way it is. And some of those friendships you might have developed while you're in that relationship with your partner, and all of a sudden now you're not with that partner and you're like, what friends am I left with? you know for me, one of the I'll give you an example, personal example. Okay, so as I got more involved into the relationship, I did the usual thing where you start like kind of putting your friends on the back burner. And now she was the center of attention. And, my life revolved around her. And sometimes I would hang out with friends or whatever. Um, but I kind of lost touch with a lot of them and contact. And, I lost some of them as friends. And then once the breakup happened, I actually reverted back to those friendships. And there's two things that happen. One is that those friendships, there was a reason that I was supposed to get rid of them because they were no longer meant to be my friends. It's just the way it was. And then the other one is you try to like re friendshipize with your friends, and it's just in a different place, or it takes some time to kind of heal. Or in my case, what happened was I ended up going back to my old ways. A lot of partying that happened by going back to my old friends. Again, I was with the girl for 4.5 years. And when I decided to go back to those friends were from my early 20s. And now I was going back to them, but my early 20s I was partying a lot, so I wanted to go back to that. Plus I was getting over a breakup. So then what happens? I'm like, oh, I'm free, I could do whatever I want. Okay, let's go out, guys, let's go party, let's go drink, let's go, like everything like that happened. But that was my situation. But one of the things I realized as I decided, when I decided to take back my life and to start learning about myself and to start regaining my self-worth or rebuilding my confidence, once I started doing those things, then I started to see that those friendships were not really impactful in a positive way. They were impactful, sure, but not in a positive way. Not in the way that I was heading, not in the way that I wanted my life to be. Again, you might have heard it, we create our reality. It's what we imagine, what we think of becomes our reality. So at that time, sure, that was my filler. That's what was good. But I also had a vision in my mind of where I wanted to go, what I wanted to be, what I wanted to find out about myself. And that vision actually was helpful and guided me through all these years. And that's why some of those friendships ended up starting to go drop off, because I had that vision in my head of where I wanted to go. And if you've been on a breakthrough call with us, you understand that, one of the parts we talk about is what you want for the future. What's your dream? What do you want? And I know it's very difficult. We talk to guys all the time, and and I think that's the hardest part of the call, is to find out what you want for the future. But if I didn't have some sort of idea of what I wanted for the future, I wouldn't be in the place I am today. I had the vision. The way I am today, who I am today, this is what I envisioned years ago. And today I'm living proof of my own imagination, my own dreams. Can you believe that? Can you understand? Can you even fathom what that is? So, as difficult as it is to get on the breakthrough calls about what you want for the future and what your dreams are, and we help you get there. And I'll chunk it down and I'll break it down very simple so we can start from there so you can understand how to build a dream. Because when you've never really done it, and someone asks you, what do you want for the future? You're like, I don't know. I just got over a breakup heart. Like, I don't know what I want. I've never thought of it. That's exactly why we offer that on our breakthrough call, because it's got to start somewhere. It does. And when you decide to make a difference, when you decide to change your life, I'm going to go back into the quality friendships. One of the things, when you have a dream and when you have a vision, your dream isn't, I want to be in prison and I want to I want to smoke crack, and your dream isn't that. Your dreams are bigger. Your dreams, you want to go places, you want to see things, you want to be around certain people, you want to make a certain amount of money, whether you want a job or a business or have your own. And like, there's so much to dream about, but no one has a negative dream. Everyone always wants to dream big. The only difference is, do you believe you can achieve it? That's what we help with. But those quality friendships, that's a huge reason. The people today in my life are very limited, very limited. I don't have very many people around my circle. And there's a reason for that. It's because in order to get into my circle, in order to be friends with me, I have certain criteria and I have certain standards that have to be met. And I'm allowed to set those standards. I'm allowed to have people meet that criteria. And if they don't, then you know what? It's okay. I respect them. They're still valuable. There's nothing wrong. It is the way it is. But I'm only going to let people who are quality, who fit my standards, into my circle. And that's one of the things I learned after the breakup. Once I started learning more about myself, is what kind of people do I want in my circle? What kind of standards do I have? And you could think about the standards you even have for your soulmate, who you want to be with. You have standards for that. Yet there's a reason that you've experienced the breakup. It's because they didn't meet your standards. That's the reality. If they met your standards, you would be with them. But they didn't meet your standards. And maybe you didn't meet their standards. But I'm here to tell you that part of getting over a breakup is developing your own standards. You don't have to wishy-washy. You don't have to rely on someone else. You don't have to worry about, it's you. You are the most important person. It's your standards that are important. It's your criteria that's important. And the friendships you get because you have high standards for yourself, those people will fit your standards. They'll fit your box. And whether you want people to enjoy the same activities or have the same qualities or values as you, or whatever it is, you get to determine what your standards are. And so part of getting over that breakup, part of getting over that former relationship, or just learning to find yourself, is about setting standards for yourself in every area of your life. I'm just talking about friendship right now. We can go off and we can go into like your morning routine. You can have standards set for your morning routine. You can have standards set for the type of food you put into your body. You can have standards set for the type of exercise or dance or whatever you choose, or even the family members you have. You have standards. They're inside of you. But you're willing to give up those standards if you don't know how to get over a breakup. That's the reality. And if you don't know how to get over a breakup, if you don't know how to find your self-worth or regain it, if you don't know how to rebuild your confidence, then you will end up in the exact same position as you are in today, or that you have been for years before. You will continue down this road, because the reality is, when you don't know yourself, you can't determine what kind of life you want to live. You will continue feeling the pain, the anger, the loneliness, the worthlessness, the hurt. You will continue feeling those feelings. So, just to bring it back, setting standards is important. I feel like instead of quality friendships, I feel like setting standards. You know what? Let's talk about setting standards. That is the ninth reason. Quality friendships, absolutely, but setting standards. When you learn to get over a breakup, when you learn to find yourself, you set standards. That is so important to your well being. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.